In money matters, the JSE All Share index was up above the 74,900 level in early trade, on track for a second day of slight gains, with investors focused on the future direction of interest rates ahead of today's Sintra speech by Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. The rand remains under pressure, though, at midday trade. For more on this, we are joined by Roy Mutooni, Sanlam Investments analyst. Thank you very much, Roy, for your time this afternoon. So the rand is giving up some gains from the previous session as the US dollar edged higher. What's driving sentiment?
Yeah, this feels more about dollar strength than anything else, and also that expectation that he's just going to reaffirm that interest rates will continue to rise even as inflation comes down, because inflation is not coming down fast enough, and I guess, as always, will be the victims. So yeah, I think it's one to watch, exactly like you said. Watch the speech this evening, see what the sentiment is, but the market's definitely betting on higher interest rates for longer.
A spot of gold rose $1,915 an ounce in early trade, hovering close to its lowest level since March. Talk us through these moves.
Yes, exactly. It also works in exactly the same way. So gold struggles when that dollar is strengthening in that way. So for as long as the impression is that interest rates are going to keep rising, then, yeah, that is another commodity that will struggle.
Local power cuts have cost listed retail property owner Hyprop Investments over 55 million rand in the first 5 months. Talk us through those developments.
Yeah, they've been able, yes, it cost them 55 million rand, but they were able to recoup from their clients close to about 47. So on balance, they're not in a bad position. I think it was quite a solid result. We saw a lot of their retail space being taken up, and also retail turnover rising. So in balance, it was a pretty good, solid result relative to what we're seeing across the sector. Definitely retailers are winning in that sector.
Let's take a look at Google cutting jobs at mapping app Waze as it merges the app's advertising system with Google Ads. Give us more insight on what's going on there and exactly how many jobs are at risk.
I think this was inevitable. When they bought Waze, they wanted to merge it with Google Maps, so there must have been a lot of overlap. It's not clear how many people, but yeah, without a doubt, there were going to be casualties.
Roy Mutooni, Sanlam Investments, always with Sanlam Investments. He's an analyst there. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon.